All right, we are back for the grand finals. Both players are ready. Oh, it's because I was typing in the chat. That's not helpful.
Yeah.
Your arm is in the. Now your thumbs up.
So Youmacon 2015 grand finals.
Winter versus Puck.
We're here.
We're here. It's been a long road.
It is.
Yep, and I want to say one more last big thanks to MythLogic here for putting up the funds to help us fund all these players' trips out here and all of the fun throughout the weekend. Go check them out, please, on mythlogic.com or Twitter or Facebook by searching for MythLogic. They're great guys. Yep. They help us out a lot. We hope you'll check them out. Now we're going into Iron Fortress here for map number 1 of Game 1 of this grand final. And in the upper left-hand corner of Iron Fortress, it is the purple Protoss known as Puck.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, the red Zerg trying to come from behind to secure victory. It is Winter.
And so how this is going to work, it is going to be a best of 7, and Puck is going to have a 2-game advantage. Given that he is in the winner bracket, he has not lost a match yet.
Game.
So in order for Winter to come out with a victory, he's going to have to win 5 games.
Yeah, and that's quite the mountain to climb, but I mean that's kind of the price you pay in Double a Limb.
Yep.
So it looks like whatever problem that Puck was having has been sorted out. They are ready to go. Game has been resumed.
All right, so this is going to be a PVZ once again. We had a discussion with Winter after the last series that these guys had. I said if he was going to have anything up his sleeve besides Roach Hydra to go against the Mountain of Colossus that Puck will end up bringing forward, and he said maybe.
Well, it seems like he may have some kind of an idea of what he wants to do, maybe something a little bit sneaky.
I mean, really, he said what he did say is, well, he wasn't supposed to get that many Colossus.
So maybe that has to do with his plan, not allowing him to get that many Colossus.
Yep, we'll see. He said he has something sneaky. Not sure if that was just some mind games or what, but Puck
running around the map, trying to find his.
This is a 4-player map, so he's on option 2 of 4, headed to right now. Winter not really doing much, putting down a hatchery here at the natural location. 15 hatch. We'll be going for a pool next, most likely, unless this is a larger map, so it's potential. I guess he could be going for 3 hatch before pool. He has done that before. Puck now in his main, so he will see everything that's going on. As we mentioned, a large hill to climb here for Winter. I mean, it was a large hill for him to climb going up against Game Time. We were talking about that after the fact, and Game Time. Winter said that Ling Baneling battles are the one thing that he is that he feels the most comfortable with, and that's kind of what Game Time forced him into 2 times, which resulted in the win. Oh, and Puck almost loses a probe there.
Happy with that outcome as he denied a little mining time there.
Yep. So it is going to be a 3 hatch before pool.
Yeah. And as you were saying, we were talking to Game Time a little bit, and he was really frustrated that he lost that match against Winter. He felt like he had done some preparation and thought that he had been prepared for what was coming, and just was really kicking himself that the Baneling bust didn't quite go his way, and that the defenses didn't really hold out for him in that last match.
Yep. So we are taking a little trip back here to Hot's Land after having an interesting Legacy of the Void sort of show match here. Each player on the winning team, Puck and Spider Slayer, went away with $30 for winning that 2-0 against Winter and Game Time. Really, the story of that was Disruptors.
Yeah, I mean the Zerg player or the Zerg players rather, were having a really hard time figuring out, exactly how to counter that, taking heavy losses to them.
Game Time admitted that he has not played any Legacy of the Void yet, so
yeah.
And Winter has played quite a bit, so it was kind of Winter driving the car, so to speak, and Game Time was throwing water balloons at people out the window.
So 2 Zerglings are heading out of Winter's base. He's going to run across the map and try and get a little scouting done. At the same time, Puck has a Zealot heading out.
Yeah, Puck has enjoyed harassing with this Zealot early in the game. 2 Zerglings going to be heading across, sort of avoiding that Zealot accidentally. The Mothership Core almost crosses past with the Lings, but does not quite. Winter, if he can get this going, I think the key to Winter here is defending the early pushes from Puck, because he's almost guaranteed to use a Warp Prism, along with some Zealots, which he has done earlier in the matches. Is to tech, maybe get some Mutalisks out, maybe something else before he gets too many Blink Stalkers. Lings here throwing some blows against these probes, but only 1 probe ends up going down in the end. So Puck did a good job defending against that, but. As I was saying, is a Queen here about to go down to Mothership Core. That's unfortunate for Winter. That's going to be a lot of larva that he's going to miss out on, and a drone as well.
So he's going to get those drones out of there. Queen is trudging its way over off creep, trying to get over to that Mothership Core, but Puck's just going to walk right out of there. Pretty satisfied with what was accomplished.
Warp Prism already on its way out for Puck. As we mentioned, he's been harassing with this all day with Zealots. Won't be disruptors in it this time, although that did work out good for them the first time there. However, like I was saying, I think Winter really wants to tech hard here and sort of just defend as much as he can, but not get stuck into Roach Hydra like he did previously.
Well, as you said, he's really trying to keep the Colossus numbers from getting too high, so he's got to do something offensive if he wants that to happen. He can't kind of let Puck play the game that he wants to play if he wants to kind of have that advantage. So
Winter did see the Warp Prism headed down the left side with the Overlords flying around. Puck has not managed to get a single Warp Prism past his detection yet so far today. But it is, he's stopping now to warp in those Zealots, and very soon, the third base has already been griefed pretty heavily by that Mothership Core. Now 2 Queens out there to try and defend it, but these Zealots are going to be on their way in.
Yeah, Mothership Core kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere now. It's making its way back home.
Zealots arriving on the scene, going to target 1 Queen down as soon as they can. The Queen running away, but they are just going for the hatchery. He wants that hatchery to be dead, warping in 4 more Zealots. It looks pretty likely that he's going to be able to get this. Trying to save the Warp Prism, though, however.
Yeah, successfully doing that, and that hatch is going to fall. A lot of these Zealots are not going to be getting out of there alive, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, Zealot's doing quite a bit of work against these Zerglings, but there are a lot of Zerglings there with speed. +1 ranged attacks is coming down for Winter as well. Now he's just going to go ahead and run across the map with these Zerglings. The front wall here, though, is pretty well defended for Puck. He's just quite a few sentries here, though. They are pretty fresh sentries, so only 1 to 2 force fields here per at the moment.
Yeah, Winter, trying to go on the offensive here. He was able to creep up the potential third for Puck. He has the other one creeped up as well. One of the Overlords got cleaned up by a Stalker, but now heading towards the front.
Oh, the door was wide open, but nice reaction.
Goodness.
Amazing reaction by Puck here.
A trap that was set and pulled, and holy mackerel.
Wow. They even faked me out there. I was like, oh my gosh. Door wide open, but Puck was so ready for that. Now the 4th base here of Winter is being griefed here by a Zealot, which is taken out. Warp in, not able to be finished. These 2 guys.
Winter's still trying to creep up any potential third base for Puck, but Puck moving forward. He's got quite the nice looking army right now, and Winter really doesn't have a whole lot in terms of army supply at the moment.
Yeah, Roaches with Burrow and Tunneling Claws on their way, and Warp Prism still on the move here. Forge coming in for Puck to start them upgrades, as well as Blink is about half done. Not a whole lot of Stalkers, though. Really a little bit more Immortal heavy this time. Maybe he's thinking that Winter would make an adjustment and go with a few more Roaches here.
Oh, that's what it looks like he's got. There's 20 Roaches on the field, only 2 Zerglings, so these Immortals are going to prove to be a good decision.
Yep, so engagement coming here is a lot of force fields. Force fields along with these Immortals alone would be pretty good against these Roaches, but we'll see what happens. Looks like Puck is going to go for the 4th base here, as he can kind of use those force fields to zone out the reinforcements, even coming up the ramp, forcing to go the long way around.
And now he's getting the kind. Winter's just saying goodbye and good night to that 4th expansion. Now trying to come up with the ramp a little bit, baited out 1 force field, but not anything else.
Honestly, Winter's trying to keep these Roaches back, because if he goes in, he knows he's just going to get force fielded out. Tunneling Claws and Burrow just finishing him.
Same time Blink finished, actually, so Both players have got fancy new toys.
There is an observer there, so Puck can see the burrowed roaches, but it's not really delaying Winter so much. Puck now putting down a third base while Winter continues to try and stack up the roaches here. 11 on the way, so he's really just trying to hold off the big fight until he gets these additional 11 reinforcement roaches, because they would be coming from the back, so he would be able to get a really nice surround here.
Dark Shrine is coming down for...
Oh, the roaches are walking to their death. Yeah, to be able to rally these up here.
Real interesting position here where he's kind of cutting off the reinforcement line. Good force fields to kind of separate some of the roaches. Roaches burrowing to move forward. A couple do get left behind, or the Zerglings get left behind there. And just trying to get underneath that, go right into a time warp. And Puck is really just doing lots of damage to these roaches. Not really moving a whole lot.
Yeah, force field's actually kind of holding Puck from chasing down those roaches here quite a bit. The observer now still on the scene to deal with these burrow roaches. 16 more roaches in production here, while Puck continues to warp in units off of that warp prism. Burrow also assisting the damaged roaches to heal up.
So Winter now on the right side of the army and is to defend his bases. And now Puck looks like he's trying to get into this third base. Winter is right there.
Puck not really going as much for the Colossus this time, getting a few more mortals. Now he's going to go ahead and recall, as Winter does have a formidable number of roaches here. Is not going to be able to get a whole lot. Was dealing with a little swing around here with these cannons here at the third base of Puck. Now the roach is going to come on in. He does have quite a few here, but 2 more immortals reinforcing. That is going to that's going to be rough for Winter to deal with. Now walking his roaches right past. 2 go down already. He is trying to split them up to try and pull Puck away from this base so that he can swing in with these roaches, but did not work.
Dark Templar are on the field now, taking some swipes.
Yep, he's going to get himself in a bit of a trap here.
Yeah, I mean...
he can burrow them all he wants. There's an observer. The Immortal's still going to just go ham over these burrowed roaches.
Yeah. And now they're just trying to walk their way in. Heavy losses being made. Just trying to march right up that ramp, but now going for the probes.
The roaches are, however, in the main base of Puck here. He's kind of splitting up Puck's army. He does not quite get the third base down, though. All he kills is a pylon and a couple cannons, but there are a number of roaches in the main base here going after, looks like the Dark Shrine. The probe's already retreated here for Puck. He's kind of splitting up here to chase down some of these roaches while he has a retreat to his main. But honestly, Winter not really getting a whole lot of damage out from these roaches.
No, I mean, he was trying to get some probe kills. He got a couple, but not a ton. He was able to take out that Dark Shrine, but there are Dark Templar on the map that are currently harassing his roaches. He's really got to get some observation on the field if he wants to be able to take this out.
Winter's really trying to now just mass these roaches, but Puck just continues to make more and more immortals, and he does have +2 range attack that is about to finish, so he's kind of holding off until that comes out. But there's just so many immortals here.
Archon entering the unit composition. Dark Shrine being rebuilt.
Yeah, needs to now's the time where he needs to start reinforcing this with something a little bit higher tech. Either
Warp Prism in the third base for Winter. He's moving his army back to try and deal with it, and not a whole lot gets accomplished by those zealots so far.
There's one DT that just keeps whacking away at these roaches too.
Finally did get into range of that Spore Crawler, so it was taken out.
More and more roaches still in the way. Dark Shrine being rebuilt here for Puck so that he can continue to make those. He does have an Archon in the mix there as well. Warp Prism still active and on the field. Winter is now at 200 supply, so if he's going to do anything, it has to be now. He doesn't really have any tech behind this to replenish this army after it goes down, but he is getting a nice surround here with the burrowed roaches on either side of Puck's army. Those Immortals doing so much damage.
Yeah, they really are. The roaches are targeting mostly the Stalkers here, taking heavy shots, and the Immortal count remains pretty high. There's still 3 left, but the roaches continue there, but there's the GG.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, I see what... actually, in this game, we were saying previously that that the Roach Hydra was a little bit rough for Winter against the Colossus of a Puck, but in that game he really could have used the Hydras with the Immortals, because Puck didn't build any Colossus. He just kind of saw what Winter was doing and just going to mass those roaches and go in.
Yeah, and those Immortals, really did a lot of work for him in that game, and they just kept coming, and Winter was aware of that, but just really kept hammering down on the roaches, really tried to outnumber, just brute force his way through, which, you know, it didn't really work out for him that time. He had some pretty good concaves, but there were a number of traps that Puck set that Winter kind of just walked into and lost a lot of units.
Yeah, it is really impressive. I've seen a lot of times, though, where Winter tries to get a lot of surrounds, but a couple times his units haven't all showed up at the same time. So, especially with Blink, we've seen that, where you know, the half that arrives a little bit early kind of gets a aggressive Blink over, takes those out, and then the other half arrives, and it's not quite as effective. Yep, so that is going to be a 3-0 score now in this best of 7. Puck coming in with a 2-game advantage due to being in the winner's bracket. Just waiting on a map choice from Winter here.